We're there. Let's talk a little bit about business and business setup. Lash extensions are so popular. Everyone has eyelash extensions. Everyone wants eyelash extensions, which means there are a huge amount of eyelash extension artists. So it's not as easy in today's day to gain clients. So you really have to step outside the box and work hard. I'm pretty sure they say now your name needs to be seen 14 times to just have your name remembered. That's let alone anyone even talking about you or booking you. That's just to remember your name. So that just shows how visible you need to be online and on social media. If you follow my Instagram page, you'll see how much I post. I give myself goals, I give myself targets, and I post all the time. People must be sick of me, but they definitely will not forget me. In terms of business, once you have passed your eyelash extension course and you want to start earning money, you will need to register with HMRC as a business, and you will have to do your self assessment each year when it comes to paying your tax. You'll also need to be aware of GDPR and keeping records, and you will need to get insurance. So there is some recommendations in your manual. Salon Gold, there is Professional Beauty Direct. I mean, Salon Gold is a brilliant company. I think it's around £80 a year, and it covers you for eyelash extensions. Professional Beauty Direct are a really good company. I mean, my insurance is them, but that is because my teaching insurance with them, they are a little bit more expensive. So in the early days, Salon Gold is absolutely brilliant and will do exactly what you need them to do. Marketing and social media. Social media and marketing is huge within this industry. To get noticed, to get seen, to get talked about, you need to be posting on social media. I would set up a TikTok account. TikTok account. I would set up an Instagram account. I would set up a Facebook account. Anything that is going to help get your work seen. But one thing I would say is be consistent with your branding. Think about what you love. What colors do you love? What represents you as a person? I made the mistake of going for what was popular at the time. So I think, when did I launch the business? Around 10 years ago. And at the time it was kind of greys and turquoises. And I went for those colours just because that's what everything else was. My business name was The Art of Beauty by Jade, which was just too long. No one ever said I'm going to The Art of Beauty by Jade. Actually, my first business was called JJ Extensions. Then it was The Art of Beauty by Jade. And it was just too long. The branding wasn't me. And I really sat back and I thought, what does represent me? What do I want to represent as a business? I want to represent class. I want to represent wealth. I want to represent high end. What colours represent wealth and high end? Gold. I love white, black. I'm a bit of a blocky colour person, not too much in terms of pattern. So I went black, white, and gold, and I've stuck with it. And do you know what? Jade Jones, that is my name. It's always going to be my name. It's never going to change. So it made sense to keep my business as my name. So just bear in mind, if you are a lash artist, lash technician that's going to work from home, generally people are going to say, I am going to see Jade, or I'm going to see Paige, or I'm going to see Candy, as opposed to, I'm going to see The Art of Beauty by Jade. So if it was me personally, I quite like the idea, if you're working from home, of having your name within your business, because everyone is selling your business name as they're talking about coming to see you. If you've got a salon or a shop front, it is a little bit different. You can think a little bit outside the box. I love talking about branding and business names and what represents you. So, again, any advice that you need, drop me a message. And then, lastly, just to touch on pricing your eyelash extensions. So, you will see when you start doing your research, people doing different prices for pre made volume, classic lashes, Russian volume, 1 week infill, 2 week infill, 3 week infills. I used to do that, and it was just confusing, and I had loads of different variations. So in the end, we just started charging per hour. So we block out 2 hours for a full set, and the girls in the salon charge £70, for example. So we do a 2 hour set, £70, and we do a 1 hour infill, £35. And that is the way it's set. If a client wants longer, then we just work out what that 15-minute fee would be, for example, and we add that on and we give them an hour and 15. But to be honest, we can do most full sets now in 2 hours and an infill in an hour. What I would recommend you doing in the early days to try and build up your client base is I would go straight in at a higher price. So let's say even if you didn't feel quite as comfortable going in at 70 or 80, I mean, I personally charge 100. That's for an hour with me. But a lot of my students feel more comfortable going in at 60, for example, for a full set. So what they'll do is they'll go in at 60, but for a limited time only, they'll offer full sets for the price of an infill. So you're getting clients in, you're marketing your full set price, so you're setting that expectation because they know it's £60, but they're getting that set at the same price as an infill. So they're paying 30 for that first set, but when you then book them in whilst they're there for their infill in 2 weeks, you're earning full price infill straight away at £30. Or, if you wanted to go in at 70, £35, or if you wanted to go in at 80, £40, if that makes sense. That's the way I would recommend doing it. So you are giving people a bit of a discount. You're setting expectation for your full price, so they're not surprised if and when they do book in a full set and pay full price, but you are also earning full price for your infill straight away. And if I could give you any tip in business, book them back in whilst your client is there. Just make the process streamlined and think about your income. I mean, for us personally, we now book our clients in on a recurring basis towards the end, till the end of the year. So all of our clients have their appointments in to up until the end of the year. Let me just have a little look at my notes here and see if I have missed anything. I don't think so. If you've got this far, congratulations. Hopefully you've made loads of notes and it makes a little bit of sense to you. There is a lot to eyelash extensions. There's a lot. It's not easy, as I've said, but it does get easier with patience, practice, dedication, and perseverance. Before we move on to the styling manual, Illusion, I just wanted to say good luck. Thank you for choosing Jade Jones Aesthetics and Academy, and I can't wait to follow your journey in eyelashes from here.